this gentleman used the Parliament's time, Mr. Deputy Speaker, to attack an individual who is not in this house to defend himself. And you know what is the offense that that individual, Mr. Ronald Harford, I don't know who this gentleman is. I've never met him. I've never seen him. I have no idea who he is. But the offense that Mr. Ronald Harford committed in the eyes of this Member of Parliament, the Member of Parliament for Port au Prince North, St. Anne's West, is he said, and this is the headline that bothered him, Harford, we must hold the government accountable. That's your tax money being wasted. That is what offended him. That is what offended him. I fully endorsed this demand by a businessman that the government of Trinidad and Tobago must be held accountable and citizens must not be bullied, not in this house, but when they stand up for their rights and demand accountability from this government. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I am particularly incensed by that. You attack a man because he is not here to defend himself, because you have a personal grouse. That is an abuse of this Parliament. It is unacceptable. His presentation was designed to do two things: misinform and misguide. But the one thing he did that he spoke of, the one truth that he would have said in his entire, 45 minutes that he ranted and raved about, the one truth is that this minister and his prime minister have been working assiduously in terms of the energy sector. They have been running down gas deals here. They have been holding the multinationals over the barrel, ensuring and insisting that higher rates are received from them. They're doing this gas deal, they're doing this gas deal, they're doing this initiative and that initiative. He's living in Venezuela more or less. Living in Venezuela. Every day something in Venezuela. But after all of that old talk, Mr. Deputy Speaker, oil down, gas down, oil production down, gas production down, revenue from the energy sector down. All of that is because this government has that gentleman, the member for Port au Prince North, St. Anne's West, in charge of the energy sector. When will we recognize his incompetence? One last thing before I get caught up too much in this gentleman's misinformation. Something I need to clear up. The member ranted and raved again about what he remembered during COVID. How he picked up the phone and he had to call this one and that one. You know what I remember about this minister's presentation, what he did in COVID? He locked out citizens of this country, abandoned them abroad, refused to let them come back to Trinidad and Tobago. But the same Venezuelan company could have come in here. Citizens had no value for them then and have no value for them now. But PDVSA could have come in here. I also remember that they had no idea. They didn't know who came. They didn't know what they come for. And when the facts presented itself, they came there for COVID guidance. They came to talk about COVID. All of a sudden, they come to talk about, there are other allegations, about oil transactions, etc., other allegations. But they insisted that senior executives from an oil company in Venezuela came to Trinidad and Tobago, a sanctioned oil company, on a sanctioned plane, sanctioned personnel, came to Trinidad and Tobago to discuss COVID with this government, while citizens of this country suffered, starving, begging on the streets in New York City and Canada, all over the world. That is what I remember with this Minister of National Security then. So he was a failure in national security. He was a failure in national security, and they come here now to bury the energy sector.